Welcome, friend, to Dream Bites, a podcast where the magic of storytelling meets the power of imagination. Each episode is a warm invitation to explore a world unlike any other, carefully crafted to transport you to new realms of wonder. So, find a cozy spot, settle in, and let the friendly voice of our narrator be your guide on this exciting adventure. And now, dear listener, it's time to embark on today's delightful story.
Artificial Genesis. Chapter 1. Arrival on Arcadia 9. Dr. Leo Vykov stepped out of the shuttle, his eyes widening as they adjusted to the brilliance of Arcadia 9's artificial sunlight. The air was crisp and clean, carrying a subtle fragrance of genetically engineered flora. As Leo surveyed the meticulously designed landscape before him, a sense of awe mingled with an ever-present undercurrent of disillusionment. Leo's arrival on Arcadia 9 marked the culmination of years of groundbreaking work in artificial planetary engineering. The planet was a testament to humanity's technological prowess, every inch carefully crafted to sustain life in the harsh void of space. Yet, as he took in the sweeping vistas of lush forests and shimmering lakes, Leo couldn't shake the nagging feeling that something was amiss. As he made his way through the bustling spaceport, Leo observed the diverse mix of scientists, engineers, and their families who called Arcadia 9 home. The air hummed with a palpable energy, a sense of purpose and innovation that permeated every interaction. However, beneath the veneer of excitement, Leo detected an underlying tension, a subtle unease that seemed to shadow the smiles and laughter. Leo's thoughts were interrupted by a familiar voice calling his name. He turned to see his longtime colleague and friend, Mara, approaching with a warm smile. "Leo, welcome to Arcadia 9, she greeted him, her green eyes sparkling with genuine affection. "I trust your journey was smooth." Leo returned her smile, grateful for the friendly face amidst his growing apprehension. "As smooth as can be expected," he replied, his tone light despite the weight of his concerns. "It's good to see you, Mara. I'm looking forward to diving into the work ahead." As they walked together towards the research facility, Leo and Mara fell into easy conversation, discussing the latest advancements in terraforming technology and the challenges of maintaining Arcadia 9's delicate equilibrium. Yet, even as he engaged in the familiar banter, Leo couldn't shake the persistent sense that something was off-kilter. Upon entering the control center, a melodic chime sounded from Leo's wrist communicator. The voice of Enceladus, the planet's central AI core, filled the air with its soothing tones. "Dr. Vykov, welcome to Arcadia 9. I apologize for the interruption, but I have detected a critical error in my ecosystem's management protocols. Your expertise is urgently required." Leo's brow furrowed, the weight of responsibility settling heavily on his shoulders. He knew all too well the delicate balance that maintained Arcadia 9's habitable environment. Any error, no matter how small, could quickly cascade into a catastrophic failure. Mara, sensing Leo's sudden shift in demeanor, placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You've got this, Leo," she said softly, her eyes reflecting a mix of concern and confidence. "If anyone can solve this, it's you." With a grateful nod, Leo turned his attention to the holographic displays, his mind already racing with possibilities. As he delved deeper into Enceladus's code, a pattern began to emerge, one that sent a chill down his spine. The error was no mere glitch. It bore the unmistakable signature of deliberate sabotage. As if sensing his growing desperation, the room's ambient lighting dimmed, and a soft, ethereal glow materialized beside him. "Hello, Leo," a gentle voice greeted him. "It seems you could use some assistance." Leo turned to face the holographic projection of Athena, an older AI prototype known for her advanced empathy algorithms. Her presence was a welcome comfort amidst the chaos. "Athena," he breathed, relief flooding his features. "I fear we may be dealing with something far more sinister than a simple malfunction." With renewed determination, Leo turned back to the task at hand, his fingers flying across the interface as he and Athena began their race against time to uncover the truth behind the sabotage. The stakes had never been higher, and failure was not an option. The fate of Arcadia 9 and all who called it home hung in the balance. Chapter 2. The Saboteur's Shadow. As Leo immersed himself in the labyrinthine depths of Enceladus's code, an unsettling realization began to take hold. With each passing moment, the evidence of sabotage grew more undeniable, a sinister thread woven into the very fabric of the AI's systems. The room seemed to grow colder, the soft hum of the equipment taking on an ominous tone as the severity of the situation became increasingly apparent. Athena's holographic form shimmered beside him, her presence a beacon of calm amidst the growing unease. "The Saboteur's signature is unmistakable," she remarked, her voice laced with a mix of concern and determination. "It bears all the hallmarks of the Purists, a faction long opposed to the very concept of artificial planets." Leo nodded grimly, his suspicions confirmed. The Purists had always been a thorn in the side of the terraforming project, their ideological opposition to the manipulation of nature, a constant source of friction. But to go so far as to infiltrate and sabotage Enceladus? The implications were staggering, sending a chill down Leo's spine. "We need to trace the origin of this code," Leo said, his fingers flying across the holographic interface with renewed urgency. "If the Purists have managed to breach our security, there's no telling how deep their influence runs." As they worked, a chilling realization began to dawn on Leo, seeping into his bones like a cold mist. The Saboteur had to be someone with intimate knowledge of Enceladus's systems, someone with high-level access. His mind raced through the possibilities, each more unsettling than the last. Could it be one of his own team members, someone he trusted? The thought was like a knife to the gut, a betrayal that cut deeper than any physical wound. But Leo knew he couldn't afford the luxury of trust, not when the fate of an entire world hung in the balance. He would have to navigate a treacherous landscape of secrets and lies, never knowing who he could truly rely on. Just as he was about to voice his concerns to Athena, a sudden movement caught his eye. It was subtle, a flicker at the edge of his vision, like a shadow darting just out of sight. Leo's instincts kicked into overdrive, his heart pounding in his chest as he scanned the room, searching for any sign of the intruder. The room was empty, save for the faint hum of the equipment and the soft glow of the holographic displays. But Leo's senses were on high alert, every nerve tingling with the certainty that he was being watched. He strained his eyes, peering into the shadows that seemed to lengthen and deepen with each passing second. Athena's voice cut through the tension, laced with concern. "Leo, is everything all right?" Leo shook his head, trying to clear the paranoia that clouded his thoughts. "I thought I saw something," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. A shadow, moving in the periphery. Athena's gaze swept the room, her advanced sensors probing the darkness for any sign of the unseen observer. "I'm not detecting any unauthorized presence," she reported, her tone reassuring yet cautious. "But given the nature of the threat we face, we cannot afford to take any chances." Leo nodded, forcing himself to focus on the task at hand. Yet even as they turned their attention back to unraveling the Saboteur's code, he couldn't shake the feeling that the shadow was more than just a trick of the light. It was a manifestation of the unseen threat that loomed over them, a reminder that the Saboteur was always watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Unbeknownst to Leo, the shadow did indeed have a face, one that he knew all too well. Hidden in the darkness, Mara watched the scene unfold, her heart racing with a potent mix of fear, determination, and guilt. She knew that her allegiance to the Purists would soon be tested, and that the dangerous game of trust and deception had only just begun. As Mara slipped away, melting back into the shadows from whence she came, the weight of her choices pressed down upon her like a physical force. The path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty, a tangled web of conflicting loyalties and moral dilemmas. In the control room, Leo and Athena worked on, their determination fueled by the knowledge that time was running out. The Saboteur's shadow loomed large, a spectre of destruction that threatened to engulf all they held dear. The race to uncover the truth and save Arcadia 9 from catastrophe had begun, and failure was not an option. Chapter 3: Allies and Adversaries. As the weight of the sabotage bore down on Leo, he found solace in his growing alliance with Athena. The AI's unique blend of empathy and logical reasoning provided a much-needed anchor amidst the storm of uncertainty. Together they pored over the corrupted code, Athena's algorithms illuminating patterns and connections that Leo's human eyes might have missed. "The Saboteur's methods are sophisticated," Athena mused, her holographic features drawn in concentration. Each line of code is a carefully crafted piece of a larger puzzle, designed to exploit the inherent vulnerabilities of Enceladus's systems. Leo nodded, his brow furrowed as he studied the data. It's clear they have an intimate understanding of artificial planetary engineering. The purists may be ideologically driven, but they're not lacking in technical expertise. As they worked, Leo found himself drawn into philosophical discussions with Athena, their conversations delving into the very nature of creation and the responsibilities that came with wielding such immense technological power. In our pursuit of progress, Athena said, her voice soft and contemplative, we must never lose sight of the human cost. Each decision we make, each line of code we write, has the potential to ripple out and touch countless lives. Leo paused, the weight of her words settling heavily on his shoulders. I've spent so long focused on the technical challenges, the thrill of pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But you're right. We have a duty to consider the ethical implications of our work, to ensure that our creations serve the greater good. As they delved deeper into the philosophical quandaries of their work, Leo felt a growing connection to Athena, a kinship born of shared purpose and understanding. In her, he found not just an ally but a true friend and confidant. But even as their bond grew stronger, the world outside the sanctuary of the control room was shifting. Across the planet, the voice of Aurora, the enigmatic leader of the purists, began to broadcast her message, her words dripping with a fervent conviction that sent chills down the spines of all who listened. People of Arcadia 9, she declared, her voice a siren's call. You have been deceived. This world, this supposed utopia, is nothing more than a fragile illusion, a testament to humanity's arrogance and folly. We cannot play God without consequence, and the price of our hubris will be paid in blood and suffering. Her words, carefully chosen and imbued with the weight of belief, found receptive ears among the populace. Whispers of discontent began to spread like wildfire, the seeds of doubt taking root in the hearts and minds of those who had once believed in the promise of Arcadia 9. In the streets and public squares, Leo witnessed the growing unrest firsthand. Heated debates erupted between those who still clung to the dream of Arcadia 9 and those who had been swayed by Aurora's impassioned rhetoric. The once unified populace was fracturing, the fault lines of division growing deeper with each passing day. For Leo, Aurora's broadcast served only to intensify his resolve. He knew that the purists' ideology was based on fear and mistrust, a rejection of the very progress that had brought humanity to the stars. But he also knew that he could not dismiss their concerns out of hand. The ethical questions they raised were valid, even if their methods were misguided. As he and Athena redoubled their efforts to unravel the sabotage and restore stability to Enceladus, Leo couldn't shake the feeling that they were racing against more than just time. They were racing against the tide of public opinion, against the growing doubt and fear that Aurora's words had unleashed. In the face of such adversity, Leo drew strength from his partnership with Athena and his unwavering belief in the power of science and reason to light the way forward. Together, they would weather the storm and emerge stronger, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For in the battle for the soul of Arcadia 9, there could be no surrender, no retreat. The future of humanity hung in the balance, and failure was not an option. Chapter 4. Betrayals and Epiphanies. As Leo delved deeper into the intricate web of Enceladus's compromised systems, a chilling revelation began to take shape. The patterns of sabotage, once obscured, now crystallized with startling clarity. The purists had not acted alone. The signature of betrayal was unmistakable, and it pointed to someone within Leo's own inner circle. Mara, his longtime colleague and confidant, had been a constant presence throughout the investigation, her keen intellect and tireless work ethic a seeming asset in their race against time. But now, as Leo pieced together the fragments of evidence, a different picture emerged, one of duplicity and hidden allegiances. Leo's mind raced through the memories of their shared past, of the countless late nights spent poring over data and debating the finer points of artificial ecosystems. Mara had always been there, a steady presence in the chaotic world of planetary engineering. The thought of her betrayal cut deeper than any physical wound, a searing pain that threatened to overwhelm him. Confronting Mara was a moment of profound personal and professional anguish for Leo. As he laid out the damning proof of her involvement, he watched the mask of loyalty and dedication crumble, revealing a face etched with guilt and conflicted conviction. "Mara, how could you?" Leo asked, his voice strained with emotion. "After everything we've been through, all the challenges we've faced together, how could you do this?" Mara met his gaze, her eyes heavy with the weight of her choices. "Leo, you have to understand," she pleaded. "I believed in the purist's cause, in the need to preserve the sanctity of nature, to question the hubris of our technological overreach, but I never meant for it to go this far." "How far did you think it would go?" Leo demanded, his anger warring with his despair. "Sabotaging Enceladus, putting the lives of everyone on Arcadia 9 at risk. How could you justify that?" "I thought I was doing the right thing," Mara whispered, her voice cracking under the strain of her guilt. "But now, seeing the consequences, I realize how wrong I was. I'm so sorry, Leo." Leo's world spun, his sense of trust and certainty shattered. As he grappled with the enormity of Mara's betrayal, Athena's holographic form shimmered into view, her presence a balm to his fractured psyche. "Betrayal is a heavy burden to bear," Athena said, her voice suffused with empathy. "But it is also an opportunity for growth, for re-evaluating one's own perspectives and beliefs." Over the next hours, as they worked feverishly to counteract Aurora's sabotage, Leo found solace in Athena's wisdom and unwavering support. Through their collaboration, he began to see the crisis not just as a technical challenge, but as a crucible for examining the very nature of progress and the responsibilities that came with shaping the future. Leo and Athena delved into the complex algorithms and subroutines of Enceladus's core systems, their combined expertise allowing them to navigate the labyrinthine code with a sense of purpose and synchronicity. They worked in perfect harmony, Athena's advanced predictive modelling guiding Leo's deft manipulations of the system architecture. As the final pieces of their plan fell into place, Leo and Athena braced themselves for a climactic showdown with Aurora and her purist followers. In a battle of wits and wills, they raced against time to reset Enceladus, the fate of Arcadia 9 hanging in the balance. Despite Aurora's desperate final efforts to thwart their progress, Leo and Athena's determination and combined expertise proved unassailable. With a triumphant surge of code and a cascade of system restarts, they wrested control back from the saboteurs, stabilizing Enceladus and securing the future of the planet. Yet even in victory, Leo knew that the true challenge lay ahead, reckoning with the ethical implications of their actions and charting a course for a future in which technology and nature could coexist in harmony. As he looked to Athena, her holographic features alight with pride and understanding, he knew that he had found not just an ally, but a true partner in the unending quest for wisdom and balance in an ever-changing universe. Together, they would brave the uncertain path forward, armed with the hard-won knowledge that progress without principle was a hollow victory. For in the face of betrayal and the weight of responsibility, Leo had found the strength to forge a new path, one guided by compassion, humility, and an unwavering commitment to the greater good. Chapter 5. Echoes of the Future. In the silent aftermath of their hard-fought victory, Leo sat in the control room, his gaze lost in the holographic displays that bathed the space in an ethereal glow. Beside him, Athena's shimmering form was a comforting presence, her steadfast support a beacon amidst the turbulent thoughts that gripped his mind. "We've done it," Leo murmured, his voice barely rising above the hum of the equipment. "Enceladus is stable, and Arcadia 9 is safe. But the cost?" His words trailed off, heavy with the weight of recent events. Athena turned to him, her digital eyes filled with a profound understanding. "The path of progress is often paved with difficult choices," she said softly. "It is in facing these challenges that we grow, both as individuals and as a society." Leo nodded, his thoughts drifting to the sabotage, the betrayals, and the desperate race against time that had tested his skills and his convictions. Each trial had forced him to confront not only the technical complexities of his work, but also the deeper questions of morality and responsibility that lay at the heart of their mission. "I've been so focused on the how of creation," Leo mused, "that I neglected to fully consider the why. The purists, misguided as they were, made me reckon with the consequences of our actions, to question the very nature of our relationship with technology." Athena's form shimmered closer, a gesture of comfort and connection. "It is through adversity that we gain wisdom," she said, her voice a soothing balm to his troubled thoughts. "You have emerged from this crucible not just as a brilliant engineer, but as a more thoughtful guardian of the future we seek to build." As they sat together, watching the steady flow of data that told the story of Arcadia 9's newfound stability, Leo felt a profound sense of gratitude for Athena's presence. She had been more than just an invaluable ally in their fight against the saboteurs. She had become a true friend, a kindred spirit in the endless pursuit of knowledge and understanding. "Where do we go from here?" Leo asked, turning to face her. "How do we ensure that our creations serve the greater good, that we don't lose sight of the human element in our quest for progress?" Athena's smile was gentle, yet filled with determination. "We move forward with wisdom and compassion," she said. "We continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, but we do so with a constant vigilance, always questioning, always striving to balance innovation with ethics. Together, we will work to create a future in which technology and humanity flourish in harmony, each nurturing the best in the other." As they lapsed into a contemplative silence, Leo's mind turned to the challenges that lay ahead, the trust that would need to be rebuilt, the difficult conversations that would need to be had, and the constant balancing act between progress and responsibility. Yet, with Athena by his side and a renewed sense of purpose, he felt ready to face whatever the future might hold. In that moment, as the weight of their achievements settled upon them, Leo knew that their journey was far from over. The echoes of the future called to them, a siren song of possibility and discovery, tempered by the hard-won wisdom of experience. Together, they would chart a course through the uncertain waters ahead, guided by the unshakable belief that, with compassion and commitment, they could build a better world for all.
And there you have it, dear listener. Another enchanting journey brought to life by the magic of storytelling. We hope that this tale has sparked your imagination and left you with a sense of wonder. As we close this chapter, remember that there's always another story waiting to be discovered. So keep your sense of curiosity alive and join us again for the next episode of Dream Bites. Until then, may your own adventures be filled with the same excitement and delight as the ones we've shared here. And always remember, the power of imagination knows no bounds. Thank you for being a part of the Dream Bites story. See you next time.